Hello and happy Sunday. So I've already had one tiny glitch at the very beginning of this, so I'm hoping that Facebook is going to cooperate with us today. Anyway, happy Sunday everybody. It is March the 25th, and just for my Christy, I'll go ahead and say that it is March the 25th, 2018. And if you are joining us live tonight, hello. If you're not joining us live tonight, if today is not March the 25th, or if you're watching us on YouTube later, or if you're watching us later on Facebook, thank you. And I'll say hi to y'all later. Hey, Claudie. And I promise YouTube people, I will say in the comments what time the actual chat is going to start, what time the actual content is going to start. Hey, Kim, so that you don't have to listen to me say hi, everybody. And hello, Renee. So today is March the 25th. Hello, another Kim. So if you're watching this on, and hello, Katie. So if you're watching this on YouTube later, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Carol. And hey, Kathy. Hey, other Karen. Hey, Windsor Karen. So yeah, today is Sunday again. Hey, Joyce. Good. And Joyce is saying hey to everybody. Hey, Grace. Okay. And, oh, yep. And Grace says, let me clear my throat a minute. Grace says, I sound 100%. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. And hey, Betty. And hey, Randy. So I do have to say, I feel 100% better, and it's hilarious. Hey, my Christy. Hey, Lacey. Oh, and Dusty is awesome. He's actually down here whining because of what we're going to be making tonight. And hey, Connie. So yeah, the Bradford pear stopped blooming, and ta-da! All of a sudden, I am healed. And hey, Popsicle, hey, Lisa, and hey, Melissa. So yeah, I'm feeling much better. I'm a little bit, you know, if you hear me doing that, sorry about that, but I'm much better. Hey, Sheila, and hey, other Kelly. Hey, Melissa. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Melissa says, and oh, thanks, Sandra. Sandra says it sounds great. Oh, no, and Lynn says she has it now. Lynn. Oh, no. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, Melissa says there's going to be a fight for, Trader Joe's. So I didn't even have that planned for the chat, but hey, Cindy. But yeah, so she's exactly right. Hey, Cynthia, we are going to, yeah, we're going to have a fight with Trader Joe's because I went today to get my normal things, and I try to go like twice a month, and I went to get my normal things. Hey, Valentina, and hey, Janet. And yeah, so they do not have, they don't have the fat-free ricotta cheese anymore. Hey, Mary. Okay, Dusty, stop. Dusty's woohooing for some reason, so hopefully John will come back in and get him again in a second. Hey, Brandy, and hey, Colleen. Yeah, so Trader Joe's has discontinued the fat-free ricotta cheese. What up with that? I was very upset when the lady told me. So yeah, we're all going to have a stand-in at Trader Joe's and tell them, oh my gosh, you have to bring it back. I've had a couple people suggest that I go to Whole Foods. Apparently they have a fat-free ricotta as well, but I've never seen it there. And hey, Nancy, and thank you. Nancy says, love your shirt. This is a gift from Casey. This is a LuLaRoe. So I know nothing about LuLaRoe, not selling it, and I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying it's very comfy, and thank you, Casey, very much. Hey, Lori. Okay, Dusty, buddy. Okay, Dusty is hoo-hooing because he can smell what we're going to make tonight. So Dusty's going to start out the chat with us, apparently. Yeah, and Jackie says, let's strike. Yeah, we can't strike, Jackie. I still have to have everything else from Trader Joe's. I know my husband was like, are you going to boycott them? And I went, no, because I still got so much other stuff there. And Donna got her Wego shirt. Awesome. I'm so glad so glad that you love it. So can you all see Dusty sniffing? We're actually going to put something in the oven here in just a few minutes. But what he's looking at, hey Kim, so what he's looking at is this. So when we get to the actual chat portion, when we start, hey Tina, when we start talking about this last week's meeting, that's what Dusty is hoo-hooing about. So John and I have already had it for supper. Hey Debbie, and I made enough of it to have for lunch, you know, for a couple more days this week. But I'm going to show you how to make it here in just a few minutes. But yeah, Dusty is kind of going crazy. So I'm going to see if he'll quit whining. Hey, Marlene. I'm going to see if he'll quit whining while I put him down. Oh yeah, no, he's still looking. He's like looking up at me going, Mama, I need the foods. Okay, so today's March the 25th. We already talked about that. I'm saying hi to everybody. If you are watching us later or if you're watching this on YouTube, I promise YouTube people, I will put in the comments what time the actual chat starts so that you don't have to sit through all the hey, hellos and looking at Dusty and listening to him go. Can y'all hear him? He's going, garong. He makes this garonging noise when he wants food. Anyway, he's not getting any. Okay, today's the 25th. That means next week is Let me think. What did our Sunday school teacher say today? Hey, Kathy, and hey, Wendy. And y'all are so cute putting where you're from on there. And hey, Crystal. So our Sunday school teacher today said, hey, next Sunday is Easter. And then he said, April Fools, because he's hilarious, or he thinks he's hilarious anyway. So yeah, next Sunday is Easter, and it's also April Fools. We will be having a chat next Sunday night. I'm hopefully gonna have Easter lunch for Casey and Alan and Alyssa, even though Alyssa doesn't eat yet. Hey, Sherry. Well, she eats. Yeah, she just isn't eating any ham or anything like that yet. But hopefully we're gonna have Easter. So for those of you who celebrate Easter, happy almost Easter, and today is Palm Sunday, so happy Palm Sunday. If you don't celebrate Easter, sorry, you can still come eat some ham if you want to. And hey, Susie. Yeah, and Susie says they have a moment of sunshine there in Vancouver, Washington. Yeah, we have a moment of no rain here as well. It's been, raining off and on. Oh, quick question. So today was the Knoxville Marathon, hosted by Covenant Health here in Knoxville. That's why it's the Knoxville Marathon. Do we happen to have anybody with us? Oh, and Lacey is going to be, she'll be at Disney for Easter. Yay! How exciting. Hey, Ruth. Yeah, that's very exciting. I don't think we've ever done Easter at Disney. We've done Halloween. We've done Christmas, obviously. We've done Thanksgiving. Yeah, we've done lots of fall holidays, but I don't think we've ever done Easter. So, Lacey, I want to see some pictures of, of what that's about. But do we happen to have anybody with us here today? Anybody happen to that either participated in the half marathon or anything yesterday in the Knoxville Marathon, or ran the marathon today? So today we had the half marathon and the marathon, and if you were in it, congratulations to you. That was, I sat and watched it. Notice I said sat and watched it. That wore me out, just sitting and watching everybody run. Oh, and we got just a couple of minutes before we have to put our food in the oven. So somebody remind me here in about 3 to 5 minutes maybe. I've got something to show you, and then we're going to stick it in the oven. I just don't want to get carried away and not do it, or Casey and I won't have food for next week. But anyway, so the Knoxville Marathon, very exciting. John and I walked this morning. We walked part of the route. We walked like 2 miles of the route. Yeah, so not much at all. Hey, Rebecca. And so 2 of the 26 miles, yeah, we walked. And the shortcut that we took when we came back around, people that were setting up for, I think it was the 25th mile, so the check-in point, or the, if you want to stop and get some water or whatever at the 25th mile, they were going, hey, y'all are going the wrong way. Okay, yeah, we were walking, not running, and we had Dusty with us. We were walking the dog, so yeah, hilarious. Hey, Gladys. Yeah, and Gladys is a little late because she had to start her laundry and get her tea. Awesome, yeah, always good to have your tea before we get started. But yeah, so the marathon was very exciting. The guy who won, I think this is his second time. winning. Oh no, and okay, Melissa has found us a contact form for Trader Joe's. Okay, I'll get off the marathon. It was just very interesting to me. The guy that won it in like 2 hours and 30 something minutes. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, he was running like, I want to say like a 5-minute mile. Yeah, not me at all. Okay, but Melissa has found us a link to give some product feedback to Trader Joe's. So I actually didn't intend for this to be part of the chat tonight, but you know what? It's very important to me, and it's very important to you all, so why not? And hey, Kathy, aloha from Oahu. Yeah, I want to come back there and visit again sometime. It was gorgeous when we were there. But yeah, so Trader Joe's, in case you didn't hear it, Trader Joe's has discontinued my fat-free ricotta cheese, which I put in everything, like everything. Literally almost every day, something that I make is made with the Trader Joe's fat-free ricotta cheese. So we got to figure out, how we're either going to get that back or what we're going to substitute it with. So anyway, a couple of y'all have come up with some ideas of how we can contact them. I don't know if contacting Trader Joe's is gonna, is gonna do anything. What did I sort of say? Okay, so you all are saying is your feed is blurry and buffering. Okay, I don't know if it's me. I'm hoping it's not me. But I know when our church, when that happens at church, I have to go out and go back in. So that happens to me sometimes. I'll have to go out of the feed and then come right back in. Hey, Sissy. So that it'll clear up. Anyway, so, oh, and Carla says it's Facebook, that it was like that all night last night. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. So I'm going to keep talking. So anyway, I know Gladys says I'm cutting in and out, so it's not me. Yeah, and Mary says it's been 3 minutes. Hey, Evie. So who can see me? Yeah, because mine looks fine. Oh, yeah, sorry. Mary says it's been 3 minutes. Duh, of course, Mary, it's been 3 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, so Mary reminded me. I'm going to show you what we're making for tonight. So this is actually part of our chat. Oh, good, and there's some thumbs up. So people are, their Facebook is clearing up. So I don't know, Facebook is crazy, and he's in trouble anyway. I don't really understand what he's in trouble for, but who knows? Who knows what they're doing to Facebook? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven, but let me show it to you real quick. Okay, part of the chat later, part of what we're going to do later in the chat is we're going to be talking about planning our meals. So you all can't know what this is yet, and good, lots of you all are saying that you can see me. So I can't tell you what this is yet. All I'm going to tell you is that Casey, this is part of our meal planning for this week. So you'll be the lucky recipient of this, and yeah, and we're going to talk about it in about 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to put this in the oven. When it's time to talk about meal planning, this will be just about ready to come out. So I'm going to turn around and stick it in the oven. Excuse me just a second. And for those of you that are just now coming in, we are making something for our chat tonight. And let's see. It needs to cook for, okay, I don't know why this is doing hours. I don't want hours. Come on, kitchen timer. Come on, we don't have time for this. Okay, so we're going to cook it for about 35 minutes. So when I cooked it for 35 minutes earlier today, this is what we had for supper. This is how it turned out. And I promise I will tell you all in 35 minutes what this is. Okay, so back to us. Who attended a meeting last week? So if you attended a meeting, Jackie's guessing mixed veggies and potatoes, sort of, but it has to do with our chat tonight. So if you attended a meeting last week, if you either went to a physical meeting or you attended our meeting with us last week, give a thumbs up. So if you attended a meeting last week, a physical meeting, like I went to my meeting here in Knoxville, if you went to a physical meeting there, or if you attended our meeting here last week, give me a thumbs up. Hey, Marlene. So let's see how many of you all attended meetings. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, you're not going to be able to see the thumbs ups. Just know there's a whole lot of them. Gosh, okay, it looks like quite a few of you all either went to a meeting or you were here with us last week. Yeah, okay, everybody that attended, hey Dee Dee, everybody that attended a meeting last week or you had watched with us last week, here is your Bravo sticker. Someday I've got to figure out how to give you all real Bravo stickers, but here's your Bravo sticker for attending a meeting last week or attending here with us. Okay, so good job, everybody. Okay, I also attended my meeting, and don't forget to get your weeklies when you go. I'll show you what a weekly looks like here in just a second in case you don't remember. But who remembers what last week's topic is? Oh, Nicole accidentally hit the thumbs down. Ha ha, yeah. So so Nicole was a thumbs up, thumbs down, accidentally. Oh well, yeah. Oh, Christy's hilarious. She said, sorry, Donna, she still looks good, even blurry. Christy. Yep, Nicole's right. Bounce back. What did we talk about last week? So what did we talk about? Oh, and Christy's already talking about the homework. Yep, that's right. Christy said, write a note to ourselves. Okay, so last week we talked about bouncing back. And so everybody remembers last week, I had been sick the week before. And so I had not done well. I didn't track. I didn't go to the store. I was living off of peanut butter and bananas, pretty much, and a couple of things of chicken noodle soup. And my mini goal for last week was to bounce back. So my mini goal for last week, remember, Melissa says prepping. So Melissa, that's this week. These chats are always from the week before, from the week prior, in case anybody missed their weekly meeting or they just need a recap. Yeah, so this is from last week's meeting. So it was about bouncing back. So my mini goal for this week was to bounce back. So it was to go to the grocery store, It was to go ahead and get some things made, make, take, and eat my lunch every day at work, and to get back on track with exercising, and I did. So mini goal crushed. And remember, guys, if you hit your mini goal, you know, I'm giving you a crushed. You know, if you comment, if you put it on our page, or if you put it in the group, I will acknowledge you, yeah, that you crushed your mini goal. So my mini goal for last week was to do all that. Also to get back to walking with Karen, which we did 2 days last week. And because, you know, I didn't do anything the week before. I just sat and felt sorry for myself and blew my nose a lot. And Nicole says she did great all last week and lost 5.6 pounds this week. Wow. Oh, but then she had a boo-boo with a cinnamon roll and peanut butter M&Ms today. It's one day. It's one day, so bounce back from it. Also, John and I did Piyo 2 mornings last week. Holy cow, that's hard. If y'all have never done that, if y'all have never done Piyo, it's hard, super hard. So I think Randy was talking about doing it. A couple of y'all were talking about trying it. I'm not discouraging you at all from trying it, but oh my gosh, be prepared. It's hard. So last week was bouncing back. This is our weekly from last week. And if you attend a physical meeting, don't forget to grab your weekly when you go. And if you miss a week, you can ask your leader. They should have extra copies of it. If you don't attend a weekly meeting, or if you miss and you can't get a copy of it, you can always get this online. You just go to weightwatchers.com, and if you're a member, if you're an online member, or if you're doing e-tools, then you can get these online. And you can just go down to the bottom. You'll see the link for this, and you'll see some form of this picture. I can't remember if it looks exactly like this, but you'll see some form of the picture, and you can click on it and you can print it out, and it'll be in a PDF format. Okay, so a couple of you all already blabbed. Not blabbed, it's okay. What was the homework for last week? What was your homework last week? What did I want you to do? A couple of y'all have already said it. So what was your homework? I'm going to wait until at least one person tells me what their homework was. At least one person has to tell me what the homework was, even though 2 of you already told me up here. But one person has to tell me what the homework is before I'm going to move on. Okay, Randy's going to try Pure Bar. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, and Melissa says notes. Nancy says write yourself a letter. Y'all are exactly right. Nicole says write a letter to yourself. Exactly right. So, you remember, I have my little, read me when you are stuck in a plateau. And Lynn says, write a note of encouragement to myself. Christy says, write myself a note to encourage myself after a slip up. Susie says, write myself an encouraging note. Y'all are exactly right. Exactly right, Kim. So you remember, mine says, exactly right, Joyce. Mine says, read me when you are stuck in a plateau. Because this happens a lot. Dusty's really whiny tonight for some reason. And remember, my note said, hi, me. Remember the last time you broke through a stubborn spot? And I did the little boxes with check marks to remind myself, check, this is what I did. I measured and remeasured, because sometimes I suffer from the creep. Tracked everything, got my steps in every day, drank lots of water, cut out sodium, and it worked. So I have this for myself, and I have this in a place for safekeeping. Okay, who did it? Betty did it. She put hers on the bathroom mirror. Stop. Sorry, he's being obnoxious. So Betty did hers, and she put hers on her bathroom mirror. Who did their homework last week? Who wrote a note? Who wrote a note on here? Remember last week you all were giving words of encouragement, and y'all were giving words of encouragement to other Weight Watchers, but it was really a note to yourself. So who did that? Last week, give me a thumbs up. Last week, if you wrote a note on here during our chat, if you wrote a note that was supposed to be to another Weight Watcher, but then I told you, hey Tedders, how are you? And then I told you that it was really a note for yourself. So give me a thumbs up if you did that. If you wrote a note. And how many people actually sat down and wrote a note to yourself, wrote a letter to yourself, did like Betty and put it on your mirror? So if you actually sat down and took the time to write it out, type it out, print it out, and send a note to yourself, give me a heart. And the heart is for me and for you. And YouTube people, there's lots of thumbs ups going by. I know y'all can't see those. So a lot of people wrote on here during our chat, and you can still do that later. You can still go back and and do a comment. Oh, look, had a couple of people. Oh, here comes a lot of hearts. here comes a lot of hearts. So we had quite a few people actually sit down and take the time for themselves and write a letter or type a letter or send themselves an email or something that they could print out and they could go back and look at later. So very proud of you ladies, very proud. Yes, I'm very proud of you for doing that. So I think it's very important that y'all take time for yourselves. I know it's hard, and even when I didn't, feel good, it was even harder. But yeah, I think it's really important that y'all take time for yourselves and do that so that you can bounce back more quickly. Okay, I want to have a little reminder before we move on, and the little reminder is that on Wednesdays, I have started doing a Wednesday wrap up, and it's on, I'm putting it on YouTube, and I'm putting it on Weight Watchers Connect and here on Facebook, and it's just a Wednesday wrap up. It's just a little quick check-in, and it's 5 minutes or less. So for those of you who don't have an hour to spend with us on Sunday night, you can just check in. I promise they're 5 minutes or less. I don't even think I've made it 5 minutes yet. So, so they're always really, just little quick ones. And I would love it if you all would comment on those and let me know what your, Wednesday's like. And the reason I do them on Wednesdays is because I weigh in on Tuesdays. So for me, the week is wrapped up on Tuesday night. So I'm doing my wrap up on Wednesday. Anyway, so just a little quick note on that. It's on YouTube, youtube.com. Just search If You Have an Egg. These will be on YouTube later if you have an egg. Yeah, and so you can link to those. And I'm putting them on Weight Watchers Connect. But on Weight Watchers Connect, I have a really weird name on there because they won't let me change my, your username. So my username on there is Scrap and Stamp. Yeah. Yeah, but if you search If You Have an Egg, then you'll find it. Okay, this week our chat is about, the topic for this last week was, and thank you, Nicole put up the website, that's www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, and so you can find out, get all recipes and, and all about If You Have an Egg on there, and I'm hoping John's going to come back in soon because Dusty's having a little meltdown. He sounds like he's imploding. But anyway, so this last week's topic was plan your meals, and again, here is your weekly. So if you didn't get a weekly, be sure and pick one up next week, or if you're online, go ahead and print that PDF off. Okay, so I want to know, before I start reading this, I want to know who plans their meals one meal at a time. Okay, so if you're a one meal at a time girl, do a thumbs up, or tell me a one, or just comment here that you do one, especially if you're not on Facebook. If you're on YouTube later, just comment that you're a one meal at a time. There are some days that I am a one meal at a time. I know Christy says I'm obviously starving him. Yeah, seriously, when y'all find out what's in this, you will know why he's crying, but I can't help him. He can't have this. This was not inexpensive. I don't normally spend a whole lot of money on our food that I'm prepping, but this was not inexpensive. Anyway, so one meal at a time. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of you all that are one meal at a time. There are lots of days that I am one meal at a time. Hey, Liliana. How many of you plan one day? Okay, I already have two of you. Carol and Kim plan one day. How many of you plan one day at a time? Like you can only plan one whole day. So today, you're already working on what you're going to eat tomorrow. So you have... so you're just planning for the next day. And Nicole already went to the next one. How many of you are weekly? How many of you can go ahead, know what you're going to have, get everything planned, go to the store, make your list, get it all prepped and ready, and we'll talk about prepping here in just a second, but how many of y'all can do that for an entire week? Because my hat is off to you if you can go ahead and do an entire week. We had a lady in our meetings. Really, buddy? You're okay. You're not getting any of this. Okay, he's about to pass out. Tell you what, I'm just going to give him a piece of string cheese real quick to try and hold him over. String cheese is actually part of one of our topics. So one of the pieces of string cheese is missing. It's going to be missing now. But anyway, and just know that if you're at my house and you are hungry, obviously I wouldn't let you starve to death, but if you're ever at my house and you're hungry, you only have to make that noise and I will give you food. Yeah, that's all you have to do is just make that little whiny noise and I will give you food. But we used to have a girl, a very young girl in our Weight Watchers meeting on Tuesday nights, and she had two very small children. And oh my gosh, she had this elaborate planning thing, and she would sit down with a calendar and she planned out 3 meals a day plus snacks for 4 people. So her husband, and the 2 very small children. So she had 7 days, 3 meals, 2 snacks, all planned. So how much is that? Is that 35 meals? Let me think just a second. So if she was doing 3 meals, 2 snacks, that's 5 meals a day times 7. That's, and y'all are laughing about starving Dusty. Yeah, he's pitiful. So that's 35 meals. So she was sitting down with the small children. Yeah, even keeping the small children alive, you know, and doing the feeding part and everything. She was planning 35 meals, planning it, couponing, yeah, getting her coupons together, and going to the grocery store, and coming home and prepping everything. She was getting all that done with 2 small children. Okay, she's Wonder Woman, and that totally sounds like something that my sister would be able to do. That is not me. And I know a lot of you all are like me, and you can't do, you know, that's a little bit too much. I know a lot of you all prep for an entire week. I've seen your things on Facebook. Cheryl, I've seen your meal prepping on Facebook. I've seen a lot of you all get your, get all your supplies out and get everything ready to go. And yeah, and Jackie said that was a full-time job for her. Yeah, it really was a full-time job for her. But I've seen you all get all your stuff ready and have all these nice little containers and get it all ready and prepped and ready, to go. And I'll stop bending over here in just a second. Dusty's just about eating the entire string cheese, and then maybe he'll be okay. Maybe he'll be okay for the rest of the chat. But but anyway, so she definitely, had it down, for the entire week. She had her system down. It made her comfortable. It made her feel in control. Honestly, I don't think if she had been able to, do that, that she would have been, I don't think she would have been as calm. That was the one thing that she could, could control. So, so I want to talk about those of us who are more, I'm going to call us normal, and we have other things that we have to get done, and we don't, that's not our full-time job. Planning and prepping our meals are not our full-time job. So, out of our weekly this week, excuse me, I like to read out of them a little bit. One of the things it talks about on meal planning is avoid spur-of-the-moment eating. That is me. So again, week 3 or week 4 that they have done the weekly just for me. Yeah, they're speaking to me. So avoid spur of the moment eating. That gets me in so much trouble. Hence why I have started planning, prepping, taking, and eating my lunch at work every day. I could go all day without eating. I mean, that's not a problem. It's a problem. It is a problem. But the not eating isn't as much of a problem in my head as then when I don't eat. Then when I get home, I'm just opening doors and drawers, or I'm opening the drawers at work and going, what do I want? What do I want? And Gwen's husband calls it refrigerator roulette. Like when you open, hey Donna, when you open the door and you go, you're like doing this and you go, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And you can't decide, what you want. Oh, Donna's saying hi to Tim. Sorry, I got excited, Donna. So avoiding spur of the moment eating. It says in our weekly, when you know what and when, and Nicole says, I call that a pantry party. Yeah, exactly. But she says, when you know what and when your next meal is, you won't be influenced by extreme hunger or external triggers looking at you like office donuts. So Jordan went and got us the Reese's egg donuts from Krispy Kreme the other day. And I wasn't going to eat one, and I wasn't going to eat one, and I wasn't going to eat one. Well, finally, one of the ladies in the office and I agreed that we would split one. And do you know why I was able to split one, eat it, enjoy it? Half was 8 points, but I had the points to use, but we were able to split it, eat it. I made it last like 6 bites. I made it last little bitty bites, 6 bites. And be happy and be satisfied and move on. I did not go back and get another one. I did not feel like I needed to stop on the way home and get another one. I was okay with it because I had eaten my lunch and my snack that day. Yeah. So avoid spur of the moment eating. It gets us in trouble every single time. Okay, the next thing was multiply your possibilities. Planning your meals helps you explore different foods and bring in a range of flavors, nutritional benefits, and smart points values. So tonight, what we're going to pull out of the oven here in a few minutes, in 17 minutes, is multiplying my opportunities. Hey, Kathleen, you're not late. You're good. So yeah, so you multiply your possibilities, because if I hadn't planned this, if this hadn't been the topic this week, yeah, I wouldn't have planned this. And John has already enjoyed it. I've already eaten it. I have more left over here. Plus, Casey and I have plenty for at least 2 meals this week. Okay, save money. If you enter the supermarket with a solid list of ingredients for specific meals, you won't spend on food. You won't spend on food you don't need. You'll also be drawn to those you'll also be drawn to those less than optimal buys that doesn't make sense. Oh, less drawn, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you would be less drawn to the displays on the end. Okay, so one of our friends at our local Weight Watchers meeting, are you here, Lauren? So if Lauren is here, she has become the queen of, let's see, spaghettios and grilled cheese. Oh yeah, so Carol, I'm sorry, I'm going to back up a second. Carol had, there was an unfortunate incident this week, and so she had to punt and have SpaghettiOs and a grilled cheese. I don't think there's anything wrong with SpaghettiOs and a grilled cheese. Fortunately, Carol had what she needed to have SpaghettiOs and a grilled cheese instead of just eating, like a bag full of potato chips and cookie dough, or, something like that. That was actual food. I mean, I'm sorry, I think SpaghettiOs are food, but yeah, so she was able to have that. So, so while we're sad that that it happened, we're so happy that Carol was able to kind of pull herself together and have a decent meal. And Carol, how is he? So we're all curious, yeah, as to how he is. But okay, so if Lauren happens to be here, Lauren has had some great success with using the Kroger click list, and that way she she goes ahead and orders everything online. It has the Kroger, and there are other places that do this too. Food City has it if y'all have Food City. He is, okay, great. And Carol says, he is fine, the car not so much. Hey, Kathy. So anyway, Lauren has been using the Kroger click list, and other grocery stores have it if it's available to you. But it also brings back up about like what you've ordered before, what you've ordered before, and the things that you order frequently. Plus, Lauren's not in the store going, oh, okay, I need to get fruits and veggies and lean meats and blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, they have Cadbury Easter eggs, or oh, look, they have this, or oh, look, they have that. So she's not spontaneously buying things. She's not buying things that she didn't intend to buy. She's getting the things that were planned for her list. And she also has a small child who's adorable, by the way. So yeah, so she's not having to get him out of the car. She's not having to wrestle him in, because I think he's like 4. He's 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. So she's saving some time there. She has a chance to plan it. She's not having to run out of the store early before she gets everything. And she's not picking up those little things off the ends of the aisle. So I think that's an excellent way. I think that's an important part of meal planning if you can, if you can do that. Okay, so get in the healthy eating zone. You can plot how your meals and snacks work together over a day to help you stay within your daily budget. And then it says earn a blue dot. I'm going to encourage you all to not be so focused on the blue dots. I think they're a great thing, but you don't have to get a blue dot to be successful. There are some people in our closed group who are eating more food than they want to eat. They're not hungry. They don't need any more food. They've already had plenty of food for the day, but they're eating more points that they didn't want or need just to try and get a blue dot. So, okay, Weight Watchers, yeah, sure, and earn a blue dot. That's fine, but I don't want you all to push yourselves to eat if you're just to get a blue dot. Okay, so we'll back up from the blue dot for a second. So budget and see how to use your weeklies in the week ahead. So I think if you can plan some ahead, and everybody's week doesn't start on Sunday, my week starts on Wednesday. I go to the store on Saturday or Sunday, but my my week starts on Wednesday because I weigh in on Tuesdays. So I usually have figured out, I've either gone to the grocery store Saturday and Sunday, I figured out what I'm going to do for the next week. I know how many, weeklies I have left, what I have to have to, to finish out my week, what I need left. So you got to think, you got to remember, when does your week start? When does your week start? Gladys says she never gets a blue dot and she could care less. That's awesome, Gladys. You don't have to get, you don't have to get one. And Christy says if she eats a lot of zeros, she doesn't always eat to a blue dot. So that's a smart plan. If you're eating a lot of 0 point foods, please don't feel like you have to eat to get a blue dot. Yeah, they're great. They're great if you're planning around those. Oh yeah, and I forgot about Lynn. Yeah, Lynn didn't have power and they had a bad storm. Somehow it skipped us and went to them. So Lynn is going to bounce back this week. So she's going to bounce back because she's here with us and she's attending this week's meeting. So she is going to bounce back. Okay, enjoy every bite. When you shed the stress of last minute decisions, you can anticipate and then really savor the taste, textures, and colors of your meals and snacks. Okay, again, we're going to get to this in 12 minutes, but I literally thought about this all day long because I knew what I was going to make. I was pretty sure I knew how I was going to make it, but I thought about it all day long and I planned for it. We went to the store. We got what we needed. And can somebody answer Jocelyn's question for me, pretty please? So yeah, since I planned for it, I knew what I was getting. I knew what I needed for it. I knew what I already had at home. So it helped out a lot to be able to, thanks Ruth, to be able to plan. And look at all the pretty colors because I got to plan ahead. Look at all the pretty colors. So I have orange and purple, and I have green, and I have lots and lots and lots of pretty colors. Okay, and so speaking of pretty colors, we are going, no, they're not eggs. Lynn says bacon wrapped eggs and veggies. They are not. Okay, so speaking of colors and, all the different colors, I want somebody to pick it is not an egg. It's not an egg. That is not an egg. Nope. Sorry, Sandra. I'll show you what it is in a few minutes. I'll show you what it is in 10 minutes now. Okay, so somebody pick a color. I want somebody to pick one of the colors of the rainbow. So pick any color of the rainbow. Go. Whoever says it first, whoever says a color of the rainbow first, we're using your color. Then after the color, I need somebody to pick, okay, who's picking a color? Who's picking a color for me? A color. I keep saying potatoes. Yes, we have potatoes. Red. Okay, so we have red. Kathy's already picked the color. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's funny. We had 2 Kathys in a row. Okay, so first Kathy said red. Okay, now I need somebody to pick a number. I need somebody to pick a number between 1 and, let's say, 10. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 10. Yeah, I know I've got lots of colors coming up. You can use your colors in just a second, but we're going to use this for an experiment. Okay, so we're still getting lots of colors. Who's giving me a number? So we've got red, 2. Wow, Becky, that's really low. Okay, so red, 2, and now somebody name 1 0-point food. And this is a game that Gwen played. This is a game that we played with Gwen on Tuesday night. So y'all may be wishing that somebody else had picked the number. Yeah, so we've got red and 2, and name 1 0-point food. I need 1 0-point food. Okay, you two people, we're still waiting. We're still waiting on somebody to pick a 0-point food. We've got lots of numbers coming in, and y'all can use your numbers for your own game here in just a second. So we've got red, 2, and we need a 0-point food. Still lots of numbers coming. Still lots of numbers coming. What's 1 0? Oh, chicken. Okay, so a chicken breast. So a 99% fat-free chicken breast, so it's just a chicken breast. Okay, who can, okay, so we have red, 2 smart points, and chicken breast. Okay, so who can tell me something that you have in your house right now that you can make that's red, contains a chicken breast, and is only 2 smart points. Okay, now you all start talking. So yeah, okay, so something red. So you got to name something that you have that you can make right now that's red. You have something that's red. It's only going to be 2 smart points total, whatever you're going to make, and it's going to contain a chicken breast. Okay, so what you got? Okay, I'm going to let y'all think on that a second while I keep reading. Okay, so red, 2 smart points, and contains a chicken breast. Oh gosh, Nicole, awesome. Okay, Nicole's already come up with some salsa chicken. Donna, salsa chicken. Jackie says red onions and chicken. Jocelyn says, oh, Jocelyn's still talking about points. And Jocelyn, you do add extra points once you get to goal. Ooh, Marlene says a stuffed tomato. Susie says chicken salad. Mary says chicken marinara. Good one. Oh, Carla. Carla says nothing. Okay, maybe Carla needs to go to the store. Sandra says chicken parmesan. Nicole says stewed tomatoes and chicken. Nancy says a wrap with chicken and sauteed red bell pepper. Ooh, awesome. Christy says chicken with homemade marinara. Jackie says chicken, onions, potatoes, and olive oil. Gladys says peppers, onions, chicken on a Piyo. Gosh, y'all are awesome. Valentina says taco soup. Popsicle says red pepper stir-fried chicken. Cynthia says stuffed red peppers with chicken and shredded cheese. Lynn says fajitas with corn tortillas. Sissy says, oh, she's still guessing some stuff. Yes, Kim says stuffed peppers. Oh my goodness, awesome. Okay, so, oh, Sherry says chicken salad and a tomato. Carol says chicken parm. Y'all are coming up with some good ones. Okay, Dee Dee says stuffed chicken with red bell peppers. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Kim says pizza, fried chicken from Hungry Girl. Yum. Okay, last one. Kathy says Mexican chicken grill. Those are awesome. You all keep on. Okay, I have to say this one. Brandy says that minced chicken with some Trader Joe's low-fat mozzarella. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Nicole says chicken and ketchup. Sure. Why not? Why not? Okay, so y'all keep posting them here because somebody here has a chicken breast in their refrigerator. They only have 2 points left today, and they have something red, you know, in their house. So somebody here tonight, whatever day you're watching this, but somebody here tonight needs the ideas that you all just put on there because they've only got 2 points left for the day. They have the chicken breast and they have something else red in their house. So good job. More Bravo stickers to everybody who just came up with all that stuff. And it took you all 2 seconds. So did you all realize that you literally just took the 3 tiny bits of information. So you only took how many points you had left for the day, 1 item that you had in your refrigerator, and then something else that was a color, and you just planned a meal. Yeah, so you planned a meal. Awesome. Y'all already did it. That is so good. Yeah. And Mary says she loves this game. Okay, so y'all pick something else because there were a whole bunch of colors and a whole bunch of 0-point foods and a whole bunch of numbers on there. So yeah, so y'all already planned a meal without even thinking about it. Okay, so real quick, because, oh man, already? Okay, so we have 4 minutes left on the food. Let me run through this real quick. And tell you all a couple of things. Okay, so this member is talking about her success, and her name's Tracy. So Tracy's talking about her success, and she says she batch cooks and freezes. I prep friendly meals, salmon patties, pesto frozen in an ice cube tray, soups and stews. I love Weight Watchers, super easy, slow cooker 3-bean chili. So she's batch cooking and freezing. If you've got room in your freezer, that's an awesome idea. I do that when I make soup. I have a handful of things that I do that with, but I'm really, really bad about pushing them into the back of the freezer and forgetting about them. So if you're going to do this, if you're going to batch cook and freeze ahead, please remember to go back and eat them. Yeah, do that. So, and Lacey says, when we can't think of what to have, we can turn to the chat to give us ideas. Yeah, exactly, Lacey, that's great. Okay, focus on foods you love. She includes favorite 0-point foods in her menu planning. Apples, blueberries, and deli sliced turkey breast are always on her shopping list. So no matter what else she's got planned for the week, she has, and Marlene says label it. Yeah, it would still require me going back. I know, and Christy's saying label with points. You all do that. You all do that and be successful with it. I'm just no bueno at that. So she puts the foods that she loves. She keeps them on her list every single week, no matter what else she's getting. She keeps pre-cut fresh veggies on hand. I cook them to pair them with meat or other protein for a quick and nutritious dinner or lunch. Frozen cauliflower rice work great too. And for you salsa girls who were just talking a minute ago, she boosts flavor with fresh salsa. It brightens up 0-point foods like eggs and chicken breast, as well as ground beef and baked potatoes. So then you've got, oh yeah, and Mary says batch cook with a buddy and swap bags. Awesome. Mary, we should totally do that. We should totally do that. I think we'll do that one night. And then it's got a day in the life, so it has a day in her life of things that she, you know, cooks. So what she does for breakfast, snacks, lunch, and dinner. So I'm not going to go over all of, you know, her stuff, but one thing that I like to do, so you've got other tools, so prepping, planning, you know, getting ready. It doesn't necessarily have to take a long time. You don't have to plan for the whole week. You can just plan for a day. A couple of things that I like to do to help plan, even if it doesn't seem like I'm planning, this helps me to plan, since remember, I'm pretty much a meal to meal, sometimes a day by day girl. I did a little better this week. I buy convenience things. Like one of the things that I have in what we're making tonight is, this is from Trader Joe's. They haven't discontinued this yet. It's a butternut squash. Oh, and the food's almost ready. It's a butternut squash that's already washed, cleaned, ready to use, and it's already cut. So for me, helping to plan the meal, I needed something that was already almost ready to go. Things that are already in a container ready to go, you know, like these little tiny cottage cheese things. I don't eat cottage cheese. This is John's. Yeah. But I'm showing it to you all just, you know, in case. So this is quick and easy. I can grab this and give it to him with a little thing of fruit, and he's good to go. So that's planning, you know, that's planned as a meal. And I always make sure that I have enough of these for at least 3 or 4 days, so that I know he has at least 3 or 4 days worth of food. And Nicole says she loves to look on Pinterest and Instagram. Yeah. So there are lots of things on Pinterest and Instagram. Mine, if you want to check the food, you know, the foods that I have already written down, like I put on the index cards, it's on Instagram. You just search If You Have an Egg. These little 2-packs of hard-boiled eggs from Costco. I would have had 2 string cheeses, but you know, somebody had to have one of them. And I'll just go ahead and tell you, he's gonna start squalling again because I'm gonna get this out of the oven here in just a second. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second while I finish telling you all about this. Okay, the containers, you all were talking about containers, so buying already divided containers. This doesn't have to be expensive. I have some decently expensive Sistema, you know, divided things that I got at Home Goods on sale because I love a good sale. These I got at Big Lots. If you all have a Big Lots, these are Rubbermaid take-alongs, and they are. This is what Casey's lunch has been coming in, and this is what this will be coming in this week. But I think I got these for like, I don't know, $5 for 3 of them or something. And it's a nice, you know, they're nice divided. There's 3 of them in a thing, and it's got a big side and a small side. So we've been doing, that's what I've been doing to take our lunches to work this week. Sometimes planning a meal just means that you have stuff on hand that you can put together to make into a meal without having, you know, without having to go to the extreme that I went to for our dinner tonight. But this is one that I try to keep on hand a lot because it's a quick and easy meal for me. The Trader Joe's tomato feta soup, or your, you know, something that's your favorite, this. And then I keep the Trader Joe's fat-free feta cheese. Again, this is, you don't have to get this. This is just mine. I keep a thing of this, and Cello Wisps. I keep all of those on hand. So for nights that I think that I haven't planned a meal, like I don't, you know, don't know what I'm going to eat that night, then I'll have enough for 2, because this is enough for 2 servings. So I know I've got 2 nights covered or 2 lunches covered if I just need something in a pinch. Keep stuff on hand. Yeah, and Joyce says she's a stuff on hand planner. Joyce, that's exactly me too. There are lots of times, the little game that we played, there are lots and lots and lots of times when Gwen played that, I was like, yeah, I do that a lot. There are lots of times that I go, okay, I got 3 points. I've got, you know, a chicken breast or whatever, you know, I've got a thing of Trader Joe's tomato soup, some feta cheese, and this, you know, what can I make out of it? And bada bing, bada boom, I've got a meal. So that's all really good together, because if it was just the soup, I'd probably just be disappointed. But the soup, the Trader Joe's tomato feta soup, let me find the front of it, that with the fat-free feta and the cello wisps, I can be very happy with that. Okay, so prepping and planning. I'm trying to do a little bit of that this week because this week's topic at Weight Watchers was about planning your meals. You all know I am an index card planner. So I've got lots, I know you can't see those, but so I have lots of ideas already written on index cards so I can just pull something out in a pinch if I need to remind myself. But I'm trying to do a little bit more planning this week. So went to the store, got all my stuff, got it washed, got all of my fruits and veggies washed. I do use a fruit and vegetable wash. I hope y'all do too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Betty says 113 people. Yay! But even if I haven't planned, and I'm shaking a spoon at you, shaking my spoon at you, even if I haven't planned anything else for the week, I learned a long time ago, when I get home, I even wash my bananas. I got clementines this week. Even stuff that you're not going to eat the skin, I still go ahead and wash it because some pretty icky stuff comes off of it. So as soon as I got home today, I washed bananas. Well, they're mandarins this week. I washed bananas, mandarins, my apples. I washed the potatoes that I used for tonight. I washed the Brussels sprouts, everything that went in here that was not already washed. I went ahead and washed it. And I went ahead and washed, I did this ahead because somebody fussed at me last week for eating yogurt in little containers that the yogurt company had already made, that Dannon had already made. So for this week, I went ahead and pre-made, and look, I even used it in my empty light and fit container. I reuse containers like this a lot because that way if I take it to work and I forget it, no big deal. You know, I've already used the container, I've already eaten everything out of the container, reused the container, so I've upcycled it or whatever, and done that. But look, so this is enough for at least 2 snacks. I'm either gonna have this for snack I guess I'll have it for snacks at work. But so I took my empty Dannon Light and Fit plain non-fat Greek container and I put back in 2 cups of yogurt. So it's 2 cups of yogurt and it's 2 tablespoons of cheesecake, sugar-free cheesecake Jell-O pudding mix, 2 teaspoons of sugar-free. So thanks a lot, Facebook. Yeah, so about 6 minutes before the chat was supposed to end, you cut me off. So hopefully the first portion of the chat will still be good because, yeah, I can't go back and recreate 56 minutes of that or 54 minutes of that. But anyway, so I'll figure out how to join these 2 together. But did you all see, I'm assuming you all saw, I'll just put it up. So I guess we were talking about when Facebook decided to upcheck. When Facebook decided to upcheck again, I guess we were talking about the Jell-O. So yeah, it completely cut me off, like completely threw me off, and I had to come back on. So this is gonna be in 2 parts again, and y'all know I love it when it does that. Yeah, when it has to be in 2 parts. But anyway, so whatever Mark Zuckerberg is in trouble for with the Russians, I could care less. He's in more trouble with me for upchecking 6 minutes before the end of our chat, because I still have to show y'all something. So anyway, hopefully everybody saw the Jell-O, because I'm getting ready to put it up and get the other thing out, because now we're like, well, no, we still got 5 minutes left. Okay, so the Jell-O in the pudding, it was 2 cups of Dannon Light and Fit non-fat Greek yogurt and 2 tablespoons of sugar-free cheesecake Jell-O, 2 teaspoons of sugar-free cherry Jell-O, a teaspoon of Truvia baking blend, and some strawberries. So yeah, I know, and Nicole, everybody's saying, you're back, you're back. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere, Facebook went somewhere. But anyway, so that is enough for Casey and I to have at least 3, maybe 4 snacks at work this week. So that was one of my pre-planning, you know, the people that pre-plan. So, okay. Yeah, and Sherry needs some help. She wants to know if anybody knows of a sugar-free pudding mix that's not made with aspartame or Splenda, because they give her a migraine. So if anybody knows that, if you could please help her out. Okay, so I'm gonna get out the big thing that y'all have been waiting on. So thank you people who came back after Facebook upchecked us. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, this, and it steamed up my glasses. Okay, this is what I meal prepped for Casey and I to eat this week. And I did take some before pictures. Can y'all see how steamy it is? It actually steamed up my glasses. Yeah, it actually steamed up my glasses when I took it out. But anyways, so this is what I have meal prepped. So I prepped enough. It's a sheet pan recipe, and I will post it on. I'll post it on my blog. Maybe tonight. I'll try to tonight, but y'all know how far behind I am with that. So this is the finished one. This is the pretty one that's on the plate. So because I took a little bit of time and I planned it and, you know, planned it and thought about it and made sure that I had all the colors because I wanted Casey and I to have something different than just a sandwich this week. And so, okay, and Nicole says, I'm going to tell my mom she's falling down on the job. Yeah. So, yeah, so I've been trying really hard to help Casey and myself because honestly, it's easier if she's eating the same thing I am because then I at least have one person, I have one person on my team, you know, at work. But, and sorry, the steamy oven made me sweaty. Okay, so everybody was trying to guess what this is. Okay, so I've got purple potatoes. I have the butternut squash that was, remember, in the bag wherever I put it from Trader Joe's. I've already cut up butternut squash because I'm sorry, I'm not going to peel, prep, and whatever a butternut squash. It has mushrooms in it. It does have mushrooms in it. It's got 3 different colors of potatoes in it, and it has Brussels sprouts. Yeah, it has all of that, and it has, I'll tell you what the mystery item is in just a second, but it also has, and I'll put it in the recipe, but it has just a tiny bit of toasted sesame oil and rice wine vinegar, and I used the Dax Asian Zing. You can use your choice of, your choice of seasoning. It's not tofu, Carol. I know, I knew everybody would think it was tofu. But you can use your choice of seasoning, but I did the Dax Asian Zing. And girls that are in our closed Facebook group, I have yet another special to share with you all. So, but you have to be in the closed Facebook group to be able to get the special. She's lost her mind. Yeah, it's like, I'm placing another order. But anyway, okay, so I put the Asian Zing on it, and it has garlic and ginger in it. But this is not tofu. This is not an egg. This is a bacon wrapped scallop. So I got some giant scallops at Trader Joe's today, because my heart was broken over the whole fat-free ricotta cheese thing, being discontinued. So to soothe my broken heart, I bought giant sea scallops. So yeah, and they are absolutely delicious. I'm hoping that Casey likes this tomorrow. So it is giant sea scallops wrapped in turkey bacon, butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, 3 different colors of potatoes, and mushrooms. Yeah, and all of that, and then baked it on one sheet. So here was the nice thing about baking it on the sheet. So I'm not a big meal prepper, so I'm not a big meal prepper. I don't do, big quantities of food, but doing it this way, sure, the scallops were a little bit more expensive than than protein that I normally buy, but doing it this way, I had enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see, 6. I think I have enough for 6 meals. Yeah, 6 meals altogether out of this. So, and I don't turn my oven on a lot. I use my air fryer for a whole lot of stuff and my waffle iron. But yeah, so I have enough for 6 of these. Yeah. So John and I had it tonight, and then Casey and I will have enough to have it twice this week. Okay. So thank you everyone who survived through Facebook kicking us off. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it, and Dusty's already back in here going, okay, mama, food. But hopefully, fingers crossed, that's saved. Hopefully Facebook saved the first part of this so that we can, so that I can mix the two of them, or, you know, like blend the two of them together when I post this later. But, okay, so, you know, you have to have homework for this week. So your homework for this week, homework for this coming week is, I either want you to plan and make one meal, just one meal, or plan one day. Yeah, Carol's saying, is there any homework? Okay, so, yeah, and Randy, I know. So Facebook, you know, chucked me. But anyway, so those of you who have come back, again, thank you very much. And I want you to plan one meal, or if you're feeling really, you know, really daring, if you're not, you know, if you're already planning for a week, bravo, bravo. You know, you guys are awesome. But if you're like me, and you struggle, I want you to plan one meal. That's what I did. I planned one meal, and I literally have thought about it all day. It took me all day thinking about it, planning it, you know, whatever. But hey, it's taking care of 6 meals, 6 meals. So I want you to do that. Or if you can just stretch it out a little bit, plan one whole day. Okay, so take your game that we played. If you're only going to do the one meal, I want you to take your game that you played, pick a color, pick a number, and pick one 0-point food that you already have at your house. And I want you to come up with your one meal, you know, for that. And Nicole wants to know if we are chatting on Easter. Yep, we are. And Randy, it is, oh, excuse me. Randy, I'll post it. Yes, we are chatting on Easter. We will have just had a big Easter feast, hopefully with Casey, Ellen, and Alyssa. So we may be, you know, taking a nap, you know, after that. But Randy and anybody who missed it, those of you, you know, when we got checked off of the chat, it is turkey bacon wrapped scallops, and I'll post the recipe later, but it's turkey bacon wrapped scallops. It is butternut squash that I bought already pre-cut from Trader Joe's, Brussels sprouts, 3 different colors of potatoes, mushrooms, and yeah, and a few other things. And yeah, baked them. Made enough for 6 meals. Okay, so that's just a little bit of meal prep for me. Okay, everybody has their homework, right? You have your homework? Yes. Oh yeah, and Carol says try bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts. They are so good. Yes, they are, but I needed to bacon wrap the scallops for tonight, because scallops don't really have much of a flavor to them. And Suzette's asking what is in the yogurt. I'll tell you real quick, and we got to go. And we got to go because Facebook has us running late. Okay, so in the yogurt, it is, again, it's 2 cups of non-fat Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, and I'll post this one too. It's got sugar-free cheesecake jello, sugar-free cherry jello, just the powders, and strawberries. Yeah, and that's going to be mine and Casey's snack. And now that it's time to go, Dusty's not over here. Come here, buddy. Of course, you know what's going to happen. He thinks I'm calling him to come get scallops. So this is why, that is why Dusty was having such a fit at the beginning. Oh, at the beginning of the chat, because the entire kitchen smells like not only scallops, but it smells like chicken. And now, can you see him smelling the plate? Yeah, so he is, yeah, he's super excited about what's on the plate. Don't tell him he's not getting any of it. Okay, I want everybody to do their homework. Y'all have an awesome week. Dusty is gonna say night-night. He thinks he's gonna eat some scallops and bacon, but he's not. But yeah, everybody have a great week, and happy Easter. I'll see you next week. Bye.